Craig, I'm looking to augment my muscles and turn them into a really good shape. What, you got anything for that?
I actually have, weirdly enough. What are the chances of that?
No way.
Show them.
Augment pre-workout? We had no idea.
Built for it.
Hello there, guys. Come on in. Of course, welcoming you to yet again another Review Bros pre-workout review. And what have we got from today?
We've got you the pleasure of watching our review of Augment by Endgame SUPPS. And we've already reviewed their other pre's, haven't we, which we really liked.
We have indeed. They did do well on this channel. This is their third one that we got our hands on. And how is it going to fare as, of course, we go through those usuals?
Taste, price, label, effects, all coming at you. Will this be your next non-stim pre?
We're going to find out. And all we ask, please, is in return, just give us a thumbs up on the video. Drop a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe because we put out a lot of honest reviews per week. And we're going to find out today if we can get you pumped up. Augment style.
Are you guys feeling peachy?
And we'll tell you why. Comes in, obviously, just the one flavour in this taste and mixability segment. Peach! Surprise, surprise. So if you're not a peach fan, you're out of luck on this one. If you like peaches, you're in luck in this one. Now, we've mixed it up. It is a small scoop though, isn't it?
It is.
One of the smallest pump pre-workout scoops I've ever seen.
Exactly, and it is interesting because size normally matters with pump formulas, but could this prove the contrary?
Yeah, only a 5.9 gram scoop. I've never heard it in my life.
But what I will say, if you do get pumped, you'll be taking your pumped peachy bum to the beach.
There you go, that is exactly it. And of course it's stackable with their other pre-workouts, so it says on the container. So we've got it mixed up. You don't want a lot of water. We've gone for 200 ml here, but I reckon you can get away with even 100, so...
Yeah, shot it.
Shot it back and hope for the best. So, let's see. What's the mixability like though?
It's very impressively good.
Yeah.
As you'd expect.
Yeah, really good, but you've not got a lot to mix up here. So, peach going down. Actually stronger flavour than I well expected.
Isn't it?
In 200 ml, that's quite strong flavoured, which is good. But it makes you wonder, out of that 5.9, how are they getting the flavour? Is it like...
Yeah, what's the deal here then?
What's the deal? Is it 2 grams of flavouring, therefore you're only getting 4 grams of actives? I need to do the math on this.
Delicious then, or?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I like it. I like that peach. That's a good peach flavour.
I do like it too. Does it taste natural though?
In the middle.
In the middle.
In the middle of natural and sweet like peach rings.
Half natty.
Half natty, baby, please. Have you got a score in mind?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, 9.
8.5. Oh, okay. Good stuff then.
It's good tasting. That's one hurdle that it's over. Let's get into the price point and see if it can jump another.
Let's talk price. What are you going to be paying to get your Augment on? Well, you head over to the official website, endgameofficial.com, where you can find it on there using our discount code RB15 for £33.99.
Yeah, you get 20 servings from this. It's not a 20, 40. They're being honest with you. It's 20 servings. Therefore, you do the math on it, guys. It comes in £1.69 per the go. On our consistent price and scale, where a 5 out of 10 is an average price point per serving, this one slips itself into that 5 out of 10 averaged price point for a pre-workout. So there's the scores on the doors in terms of the pricing. Let's get into the label and of course primarily the effects after to determine whether it's worth that money.
All right, let's get into this label then. So 5.9 grams, which is probably like a quarter or a third of the size of what we would typically see a pump formulas. So let's see if they make every gram count. So first up, nitrosogene, 1500 milligrams.
Yeah, good dosage, let's be honest with ourselves here. That's, on paper, been shown to be about equivalent of around 6 grams of citrulline. So, of course, we're looking at nitric oxide production here. Blood flow, nutrient delivery to the muscle cell, and, of course, ultimately, pump.
Nice, we'll take it. Then we've got creatine HCl, 750 milligrams.
Yeah, which is unfortunately is about half of what we want to see. HCl you want at around 1.5 grams, and not to be confused with the typical monohydrate, which you normally see at about 3 to 5 grams, because the HCl has a much better bioavailability and uptake via the digestive system. However, like I mentioned, around half of what we want to see. Creatine, we all know it's one of the most researched ingredients on the supplement market. Pumps, hydration, power output, endurance-based benefits, and a whole range of stacked bits.
Lovely. Then we got hydrolyzed casein tripeptides, 508 milligrams.
Yeah, which is a good dose. We typically see it called Vasodrive AP, the trademarked version. I'm not too sure, therefore, if this one not being the trademarked is going to have some lesser efficiencies. We're obviously going to hope for the best here, but it's going to work with the nitrosogene to, again, boost up nitric oxide levels and the pump in the gym.
Nice, let's get that vascularity. Then we've got coconut water powder, 500 milligrams.
Yeah, which is okay. We normally want to see it doubled. Truth being told, it's in there primarily for hydration benefits, which have then, of course, come with side notes of athletic performance, pumps, and endurance benefits.
Nice. Then we've got pink Himalayan salt, 300 milligrams.
Yeah, respectable dosage, of course. Pink Himalayan salt, a salt derivative that's going to help with muscular contractions and pumps in the gym. And endurance benefits, probably.
Lovely. And that does wrap off the label. So we are talking primarily pumps here, right?
We are. Now, truth must be said, David versus Goliath's kind of situation here. For that price point, I would have liked to have seen more. But, you know, we've got to be honest with ourselves. We always go into the effects with an open mind. How's it going to do? Let's find out. And, of course, guys, we're here. We've landed at the primary segment of any review. It's the effects of the product in the real world. Forgetting that label to a degree. Forgetting the hype and all the rest of it. It's Augment by the guys at Endgame Official. It's their pump formula. And we've had great success with Impulse and good success with their Nexus pre-workout. And this is the third in the review line. And for people new to the channel, new to the pre-workout world out there, these non-stimulant formulas, these pump formulas are not here to give us energy. They're here to give us things like focus, the pumps, endurance, hydration benefits, athletic performance in general. And we start off by saying a beta-alanine, the missing ingredient from the pump formula. And we often like to see it because when you're taking these, you're normally taking them on their own. What do we think?
Absolutely, and it's not in this one, so you don't get any feeling of it kicking in as such. It's one of those ones that's in the background until obviously you start your training session. And there's one other element that we sort of touched on there that's not in this product, and that is focus element. So this is going straight down the pump route with a side dish of perhaps a bit of strength and endurance with that creatine, albeit the dose isn't, you know, up to par. But yeah, they're not really going down the focus route at all, are they?
They're not. This is pure pumps. And there is something we've got to keep in the back of our mind because it does state on the tab. It is to be stacked with their other products. It can be stacked with Impulse. It can be stacked with Nexus. And whilst, yes, I understand that, 99% of people don't want to do that because you're doubling your spend rate. Also, I do believe any formula out there should be okay on its own. And I feel like, in truth, and this is where the channel is 100% honest, it's not cutting it.
Yeah, it's not quite up to par, not when you're comparing it to these other non-stim pump formulas on the market, hitting 15, 20, 25, 30 gram servings, fully loaded to the brim with focus, endurance, pump, you name it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, well, I say a lot, that's an exaggeration. There is some underdosing here, and I think that truly comes through in training. Pumps, okay. Not good, not great, not fantastic, not memorable in absolute brutality truth.
Yeah, noticeable but not fantastic. Like, you will be like, yeah, I'm a bit pumped, but not anything extravagant.
No. It needed more oomph. Nitrosogene for us, we like it, but we on the paper says it's equivalent or give you similar equivalent pumps to 6 grams citrulline. Now, I personally don't ever think that's been the case for us. Not to mention, guys, pre-workouts these days, pump formulas are pushing 8, 9, 10 grams of citrulline, plus a stack load of other bits. An under 6 gram pump formula, It just isn't going to do it. Now, we often say weight doesn't matter, but more often than not with pump formulas, it's true. Very reminiscent and a similar metaphor when it concerns cars, for example. A higher brake horsepower often means you got a quicker car. Well, the truth can be said in the pre-workout world. The bigger the weight of the scoop when it concerns pump formulas, the more pumps you're going to get. There's only so much avoiding it. And I feel like again, the truth must be said, I feel like they're making a killing in terms of the margins here. This cannot cost too much to formulate. It is very overpriced in my personal opinion. I want to be spending £1 a serving on this. If they had 30 servings in this for the price, I'd be a lot more forgiving. But 20 servings for £33.
With our discount code.
With that formula, I personally don't think that's acceptable.
Yeah, when you when you get down to brass tacks, what's carrying the formula is the nitrosogene and perhaps the vasodrive AP ingredient. They're the only ones really doing anything. You know, the other things are little side notes, creatine maybe a little bit on the side, salt maybe a little bit, and the coconut powder maybe a little bit. So they've not really got the heavy hitters in there, have they, to come through? And more often than not, pump formulas come through on label.
Savage pumps in the gym and the bedroom. Wolf pump.
Exactly how you'd expect in reality, unlike stimulant packages that can be a bit hit and miss.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me put it this way. Impulse, their other pre-workout, is really good. It made our top 10 strong pre-workouts. It's a very good affordable pre-workout. And I understand this is formulated to be stacked alongside it, but that already gives you good pumps as well. No one wants to be paying 60 plus pounds for a pre-workout when you get pre-workouts out there that would deliver the same as both of these combined. I don't feel like that's going to add much to Impulse, if anything at all. That's my honest opinion. It's one to avoid, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones where we have this stance with any companies that do this stack approach. We're not big fans of it. We believe that the product you buy should cover everything you want right there and then. It's like having to go to 2 different places for your meal. Say you're going out for a meal, it's like going here for your burger and then say, oh, you want fries with that? Go over the road and get that one then.
Yeah, you don't order that. You don't order a roast dinner to the table and it just turn up with some potatoes and bit of gravy and that's your roast. No, you want the full shebang for the same price.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the analogies we would use. Like I say, do check out Impulse. Nexus is good. This one is bad.
Yeah, we would love to see these guys put out a fully fledged, non-stackable, all singing, all dancing, non-stim. We know they've got it in them.
Absolutely, and hopefully that's what they're planning.
Yeah, we'd love to see
one that you don't have to stack. A good 25-gram beast.
Absolutely. So I think that does cover it all, doesn't it?
I think it does, guys. I feel like that was probably the answers and the expectations looking at the label. We often say that, and we don't look at the label when it concerns reality, but it came together as it says on the label, unfortunately, in this case.
Yeah.
Not much more can be said. We'd want to thank Endgame Official for sending it down, you know. Appreciate Impulse. That's a good one. I would check that review out if you haven't already. And at this stage, we say it.
As always,
stay pumped. Perhaps on others.